About 70% of women say they experience significant stress during pregnancy, and being pregnant in 2025 or 2026 doesn't make it any easier. Maybe you struggled to conceive, became pregnant sooner than expected, experienced previous losses, or dealing with financial pressure, or had a traumatic birth in the past. Maybe you're just trying to find providers who align with your values, juggling endless appointments, or simply feeling overwhelmed and scared of the unknown. But no matter the reason, extreme stress during pregnancy is completely valid. And the truth is, most of us just can't choose to step away from stress. Life just doesn't work like that. So why talk about it? Because I want to introduce to you something called fetal programming, which is the idea that how we respond to stress can actually shape our baby's development. But don't worry, this isn't about blaming yourself. It's about understanding the incredible power you have. We can't control every stressful situation, but we can learn to adapt, to regulate, and to support our bodies so stress is processed more gently. And in doing so, we help teach our baby's nervous system how to be resilient too. So let's dive in. This video is for pregnant moms who are dealing with chronic stress and want to understand how it's affecting their baby's development and what they can actually do to help their nervous system regulate despite the overwhelming circumstances. So in this video, you'll discover how the umbilical cord connection programs your baby's nervous system, why up to 70% of pregnant women report significant stress, and how it affects fetal development, the perfect storm that starts during pregnancy, and how neurologically focused chiropractic care helps your nervous system shift from that survival mode to regulation, creating a calm internal environment for your baby. So let's talk about Catherine. This was her 5th pregnancy, but only her 2nd under neurologically focused chiropractic care. Her previous pregnancies without care were filled with unrelenting heartburn, sciatic pain, crushing fatigue, and overwhelming stress. But this time, she got adjusted 2 to 3 times a week throughout her pregnancy. Even though this was the oldest she'd ever been during pregnancy, she felt the best out of any of them. Her nervous system stayed regulated. Her symptoms were minimal. She had the energy to keep up with her other kids. She slept great. Her heartburn was more manageable. But the neurological scans lined up exactly with what she was feeling. Her adjustments were tailored to what her body was showing. And just weeks away from baby number 5, Catherine said this was the most confident she'd ever felt heading into a labor and delivery. She knew her body was ready because she kept her nervous system regulated throughout the entire pregnancy. Now let's get into how your nervous system is teaching your baby's nervous system. The umbilical cord is more than just a nutrient delivery system. It's the electrical connection between your nervous system and your baby's. So when stress hormones like cortisol stay elevated in your body, they're crossing the placenta and flood straight to the baby's developing brain. So your baby's nervous system is being programmed right now. And if you're stuck in that sympathetic dominance, that fight or flight mode, your baby's nervous system learns this as a baseline, as it's normal. Kind of think of it like your nervous system as that air traffic controller for every other system in the body. If the air traffic controller is stuck in panic mode, everything else tends to malfunction. So research actually is published in the Development and Psychopathology, and it found that infants of mothers with the highest stress level showed 22% higher stress reactivity. These babies were more easily upset, they were harder to soothe, they showed poor recovery from stress. That pattern was established during pregnancy as well. So now let's talk about fetal programming and how it creates lifelong patterns. So fetal programming means permanent changes. So during pregnancy, your baby's amygdala, the fear center, develops larger and more reactive when exposed to chronic stress. The HPA axis, your baby's stress response system, gets programmed with a hair trigger baseline. Think of it like building a house on a cracked foundation. You can't remodel a house on a cracked foundation and expect it to be stable. Your baby's nervous system's foundation is being built right now, and chronic stress creates cracks in that foundation before they're even born. So the vagus nerve, the main nerve of the parasympathetic system, develops its tone during pregnancy. And poor vagal tone from prenatal stress can affect digestion, heart rate, inflammation, immune function, social engagement, you name it, emotional regulation for years. And kids whose mothers experience chronic stress during pregnancy have higher rates of ADHD, anxiety, sensory processing disorders, and even physical health issues like asthma and allergies. And this isn't just bad luck, it's fetal programming. So now let's get into stage 1 of the perfect storm. So the perfect storm often begins before pregnancy even starts. Fertility struggles, multiple rounds of IVF, months or years of emotional weight, maybe hormonal medications, financial strain, and relationship stress. By the time pregnancy happens, the nervous system is already depleted. And then pregnancy adds its own physical stressors, that physical discomfort. There's fear about the baby's health. There's anxiety about labor. There's financial pressure. There's work stress. And there's relationship changes. Your baby is developing in this environment. And here's the truth. They just don't grow out of it, they grow into it. Colic at 2 months becomes chronic constipation at 6 months. Constipation becomes sensory sensitivity at 18 months. Sensory issues become ADHD signs at age 5. ADHD becomes anxiety by age 10. The nervous system dysfunction that started during fetal programming just manifests differently as the brain develops. So how can you help regulate your nervous system starting now? You can't eliminate every stressor. That's impossible, but you can help your nervous system shift from that sympathetic dominance into that parasympathetic function, creating a calm, regulated internal environment that supports healthy fetal programming. So neurologically focused chiropractic care works at the foundational level. It's gentle, it has specific adjustments that help release that parking brake on your nervous system, allowing it to shift out of survival mode and into regulation. Insight scans also provide objective data. Heart rate variability measures the balance between your sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. Surface electromyography shows where your nervous system is holding that tension, and that neurothermal scan detects areas of dysregulation. So these scans track improvements in your nervous system function, often before you even notice symptom changes. So when you're regulated, your baby learns regulation. This is the window of opportunity. Pregnancy is when the foundation gets built. What you do now affects not just your pregnancy, but your child's lifelong health. Remember, your baby's nervous system is being programmed in this moment. Your nervous system teaches your baby's nervous system. So the intervention you pursue now, addressing nervous system dysregulation at the root cause, affects your child's health trajectory for years. So you have more control than you think, not by eliminating that stress, but by helping your body regulate despite it. So if you are ready to support your nervous system and give your baby the healthiest possible start, click the link in our bio or send us a DM or schedule with Capital District Family Chiropractic in our Albany or in our Wilton office. Let's help you create the calm, regulated foundation your baby deserves. So please share this video with anyone who may need to hear it, whether it be friends, family members, and even people on Facebook groups. You can give our office a call at 518-599-0067 or visit our website for more information at cdfcchiro.com. Our team is here to help.